Hi everyone, thanks for coming back to Darcy's Den. Come on in and have a seat, and if it's your first time, welcome. We're happy to have you in the pack. Today we're going to be going over the Wild Unknown Archetypes. I have both the pocket deck as well as the full-size deck here. Now, these first caught my eye because they have this lovely design on them that looks like a diamond, actually. I thought that was actually pretty cool. I must say they look a lot nicer online than they do in person. The printing's a little bit off on them, but they, just like the Wild Unknown Archetypes. No, sorry, the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck that we reviewed. The book is extremely thorough, and I am still going to that currently for the reference. This is the one that comes with the full-size deck. Now, they're just black and white in the book, but beautiful color in the actual deck itself. The book that you get with that pocket version is definitely pocket size, to be honest. I really have to have my readers on to go through it. So this is one where I picked up the pocket Archetypes deck to have easy travel, but the truth is I'd probably still bring the full-size book with me if I have that around. Now, as you can see, we have a beautiful magnetic closure for the full-size deck with another protective box that they sit in inside. And our pocket Archetypes book deck come with a lovely little tin to help keep them safe when you're traveling so that they don't get all dinged up. Your mini deck is approximately, oh, it helps if I actually have that in there so you can see it, is approximately 2.5 inches diameter. Whereas your full-size deck, you're looking at a diameter of just shy of 4.5 inches. As far as thickness goes, we've got 14 thickness, or 14 point for the small deck. And again, about 16 on the major one, or main one, I should say. Now this big one, just like the alchemy deck, is a little bit rough to try and shuffle just because of the size. And also, just like the alchemy deck, the finish is something that's going to need to be worked on to make it easier to shuffle. More use, better shuffling is basically what it's coming down to. Again, it's so thorough with the descriptions and with the amount of detail. I have to say, for me, it's not an issue. For somebody that gets put off by that easy, has a hard time with it, just something I want you to be aware of. The mini deck is actually almost a little too small for me. As you can see, I'm just about dropping it trying to shuffle it, but this is great news for people with smaller hands, or even a child that's interested in picking this up, that the parents don't mind them learning tarot. This is a great deck. I haven't found any obscene images in there. You know, you don't have to worry about that like you do a regular tarot deck with the kids. They're not going to see a bunch of stuff they shouldn't. So for the purpose of regular shuffling, I'm just going to use the big deck. Obviously, it just comes down to what you're comfortable with. Let's see if it has any words of wisdom for our collective that are currently watching today. Maximum of 3, please. Oh, that one went to come out. We've got the Queen. Ooh, first time I've had that one. Nice. As you can tell, this one doesn't get used quite as much either. Mostly because I just get sick of dropping the cards all over the place. We've got the Healer. Okay. One more card. Is there anything else you would like the collective to know that's watching today? You guys are getting a lot of reds and yellows in here. Are you guys working on your lower chakras, looking to bring them into balance? Anything else? No? Okay. And then on the bottom, for what you don't see coming, we have Gnosis. So, we have Queen. We have the Healer. And we have Gnosis. So, first one, again, these are going to be going in Roman numerals here, guys. First one is 11. And as you can see, we have all sorts of little footnotes in here as well. Very detailed. The Queen, keywords are the Empress, the Mother Queen, the Sovereign. Like her counterpart, the King, the Queen has a dualistic nature. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others, or she falls into petty contemptuous moods, casting a shadow across the land. The King is the ego, the Queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She is a lotus bloom, the dancer's bow. The dancer's bow. The moon's radiant reflection. When the Queen is seated in her rightful and righteous place, she is patient and forgiving. She waits for the grace of God and Goddess to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing. To be the benevolent leader, to embody the Queen, is to settle into deep trust, resolve, and power. The royal Queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. When in the light, the embodiment of grace, courage, resolve, and stillness. When in the dark, vain, wrathful, self-righteous, and demanding. Going deeper, Nikki Giovanni's ego tripping. Nina Simone singing Stars at the 1976 Montreux Jazz Festival. And I apologize, I probably butchered that name. Let's see. For additional information, read Cleopatra's monologue in Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra, Act 5, Scene 2. Then read about Inanna, Tara, and Hera. Additionally, the Queen does not accept the hand of a prince, but claims the throne knowing the king draws near. She is a magnet for the fully embodied masculine and entertains nothing less. For the Healer, number 25. Keywords are the light worker, the gifted, and the old soul. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. In Sanskrit, the word avidya means forgetting, and it is said that this is the source of all suffering and dis-ease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is a multi-layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its own origin, much like the Ouroboros. When in the light, self-contained, grateful, and awake. When in the dark, tired, needy, forgetting its own practice. Going deeper, Alspecius, Eir, E-I-R, and Donvantari. I apologize, I probably butchered that name. The wounded healer is not someone who was wounded and is now healed. It is someone who continues to courageously break open the self and ego as a means for deep integration. The image of the serpent is eternally tied to healing and medicine. Both Western, the caduceus, and Eastern, kundalini, study the serpent and its power. And on here you have the three-headed snake. I'm noticing we also have circles in all three of these cards, some within others. And we have a serpent in the Queen's card as well. And then for what you don't see coming is Gnosis, number 75. No. Keywords are innermost knowing and mystic truths. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures in scholarly books on library shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling. Not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemists take their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip toward mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of Gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. When in the light, contemplating the mystery, unanswerable questions. When in the dark, over-intellectualizing and literalizing, asking others. Going deeper, Bruce Naumann's The True Artist helps the world by revealing mystic truths. Looks like that's a book. Additionally, this card relates to the riddle and the shapeshifter, all concern themselves with revealing mystic truths. As well as those who say they know, don't. Those who say they don't know, know. So I hope you found the information that they have for you with those cards today a bit helpful with whatever it is you're going through. And thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye.